Hi, it's Steve from PartSelect. Today we're going to show you how to change the evaporator fan motor on your refrigerator. It's a really easy job. All you're going to need is a 1/4 inch nut driver and maybe a pair of wire strippers and crimpers. Let me show you how we do it. Now before we begin this repair, the first thing we'll need to do is to disconnect the power to the appliance. So simply pull the plug from the receptacle. Next we'll open up the freezer door and remove any shelving that's in the way so that we have an empty freezer cavity to work in. Next we're going to remove 2 1/4 inch hex head screws that secure the evaporator cover to the back wall. Now we'll grasp the top of that back cover and tilt it forward far enough that we can reach easily in over the top and disconnect the harness connector in the top left corner. Just depress the 2 locking tabs and disconnect that harness. Now we can lift that evaporator cover out of the freezer and put it onto a suitable work surface. Now with the evaporator fan cover on a suitable work surface, the next thing we need to do is disconnect the harness from the existing motor to prepare the motor to come out of that housing. Now following the instructions that came with that kit, you will quickly determine whether or not you need to remove the complete harness or whether to modify the existing harness on your refrigerator. Now, this particular model will allow us to completely remove that harness and replace it with a new one. Well, the first thing we need to do is to remove the cover from the ice maker connector. And from the back side we depress 2 plastic tabs and we can pop that cover off through the front. Now we need to pull the wire harness connector through from the back, so we need to depress 2 locking tabs. We'll do one at a time. They're located on the side of that connector. Press one until we can get it pulled back behind the panel. And then we'll do the other one. Then we can pull that harness right out. Now it will disconnect from the motor with a 2-wire harness and a ground wire that is attached to the motor frame with a 1/4 inch hex head screw. So we'll remove that screw. And we can discard the old harness. Next we need to remove the fan cover. It's held in place with 6 locking tabs. They're located 3 on each side, and we simply need to depress those and push them through to the front. There are 2 hinged tabs at the top. And once you've released the locking ones, you can tilt that cover up and it should slide out of the metal back panel. There's a foam strip around the back that may have stuck to that, so you want to free that up and make sure that you don't break the plastic tabs. We can set that aside. Next we can pull the fan blade off from the front. There's also a small spacer washer that is on that, and we'll reuse that. Now the bracket that holds the front of that motor on is held in place with 2 1/4 inch screws. Just remove those through the front opening. that allows us to take the motor and the front mounting bracket free, and we'll just drop those out of the opening. And we're going to reuse the front mounting plate. So we'll slide that off of the old motor. Make sure it comes with the little rubber grommet. That will slide over the new one and into position. There's also a grommet at the rear that needs to stay in that rear bracket. So we'll slide that up into place. Make sure the motor is seated firmly into that rear grommet. And we'll reinstall those 2¼ inch screws. Make sure both screws are tightened securely and that the motor rocks freely in that metal frame. Next, we'll install the little spacer washer. Then we'll install a fan, and it needs to be pushed onto that shaft until it bottoms out, and that will provide the correct spacing. Now at this point we can reinstall the cover. Again, we'll hook these 2 tabs at the top, make sure they're fully inserted into the metal plate. And then we can tilt that cover down into place, lay it on its face, and snap all 6 of those locking tabs securely. Next, we're going to reinstall the ground screw. Now there is an existing ground wire on the new motor, so we'll use the eyelet terminal and install it in the same position that the previous one was. Tighten that securely. Next, we're going to install the ice maker harness. It's simply going to pop into that rectangular opening. Make sure both locking tabs go through. And we can put the cover on next. And make sure it snaps firmly into place. And now we're ready to reinstall the whole assembly into the freezer. Now when reinstalling the evaporator cover, we need to make sure that we tuck the air inlet opening to the fresh food compartment properly in position. So we'll make sure that fits down into the opening and just get it started in there. Next, we're going to reconnect the wire harness connector. Make sure it locks into place. We can tilt the cover back up into position and then reinstall the 2¼ inch screws. Now we're ready to reinstall the shelving and reconnect the power, and our repair is complete. Told you it was an easy job. Thanks for watching and good luck with your repair.